Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Now we're on the way this morning, getting ready to take Grace to morning mass, Sunday morning. And I'm going to do a little video before daylight. This is our driveway. This is the main reason we purchased all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. The difference between the two is that I can't manually switch it in and out of four-wheel drive, and I don't have the option for high or low. This one stays in basically in 4 high 100% of the time. As you can see, our little road driveway gets quite muddy, and we keep adding gravel to it. Maybe within the next 100 years we can get it packed down to where it'd be quite nice. This is the worst part of our drive from home right here, especially during the rainy season. We're at the end of the rainy season at the moment. I think another few weeks it should be into the dry season. Of course, over the years I haven't noticed a great deal of difference. There's a little bit more rain in the rainy season, but it's not that extreme. Just the temperatures do get cooler. Not a whole lot cooler, but it is cooler. And we do have a small section of concrete road, and we'll be coming up on a new section, about 100 meters worth of it. They just recently finished. Maybe within the next 100 years it'll be all the way up to the highway. They keep doing about 100 meters at a time, which is quite common here in the Philippines. I believe my little wife is still asleep.
So I'm silent.
Oh, she says she's tired.
No.
But she had a busy day yesterday. That's one of the reasons sometimes I'm a little late on getting videos, so we stay occupied so much. Or where there's music in the background, and it kind of steers me away.
So that's the end of the concrete.
Yeah. Now when you hear that beeping noise, that's caused my alternator. I've got a voltmeter, but I cannot get rid of the beep. When it falls below 13, it starts beeping. Hopefully when I do my preventive maintenance and I change the alternator, it cures that problem. I'm going to keep that alternator as a reserve, and if I can find a rebuild kit for it, I'll rebuild it, and that way it'll be like new if I can get what I need. Now, would you really want to drive a new vehicle on this road? Just think about it. We call this a sugarcane road, because basically that's what you'll see mostly on it is sugarcane trucks loading each harvest. The harvests are set up where they harvest just about year round.
Every 6 months?
Yeah. 6 to 7 months is the cycle for harvesting sugarcane. I think it depends on how much rain it actually gets when it's ready for harvest. And it grows as loaded with sugarcane fields. I mean, basically that's all it is. Until you get into higher elevations, then they have farmlands where a lot of vegetables come from. I'm going to do this video. It'll be probably 20 minutes to 30 minutes long, all the way to where I end up parking at La Playa Beach Resort. Hopefully, if I get the guard to open the gate.
What time we open the gate for?
It depends on who's the guard, to be honest with you. If it's one of the guards that recognizes me, they'll open as soon as I get there. If it's not, I think he prefers sleeping, and he won't open it till about time to come get you.
Because the mass starts 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I thought there's only one guard.
There's 2 or 3. They rotate.
So they rotate every day.
Yeah. I don't know if it's every day, but they do rotate.
I think we have a guard in daytime and we also have in nighttime.
Yeah. I think they got 2 during the day. One stays at the little box collecting entry fees. The other kind of patrols around from time to time. They get bored of sitting there. Another wonderful day in the Philippines. Looks like we're going to have a partly cloudy day again. Probably end up with evening showers, which is normal this time of year. Of course, here normally around noon or a little after is when it starts raining, and sometimes it'll rain for 30 minutes or an hour or something like that. Which I don't mind, to be honest with you, other than when I have to go in and out, I get disappointed because I get the van dirty. But that's part of it. Now these vans are suitable, to be honest with you, for people up to about 6 foot, maybe 6'1". If their legs are not too long. I'm fortunate; it fits me perfect, and I'm roughly 5'11". I used to be 6'1". Something happened, but still, even if I've been 6'1", I got plenty of headroom, and I got decent leg room. And for the wheelbase, to be honest with you, they ride quite well. I'm impressed. Of course, it's been a short wheelbase, as you can see on this type of road. The suspension takes a beating. Of course, any road in the Philippines, it takes a beating. Keep that in mind when you buy a used vehicle here in the Philippines. These roads are extremely abusive to the suspension system. Even if you buy a 3 or 4 year old vehicle, if it's got any mileage on it, more than likely you will have suspension problems, regardless of make and model. That's if you like us, we're just about out at least every other day. You know, we got things we need to do and so forth. Which is, you know, it keeps me occupied and physically fit going. It means I got to move around. Old fat boy has to get some kind of exercise. It's been a while since I've done a road video this early in the morning. I don't recall doing one this early. So I thought it might be a little bit of entertainment for those that like to have an idea of what it's like living in the jungle.
It's only us in the road.
Yeah.
No other vehicle
Yeah.
or people.
Now during the daytime, this little road gets pretty busy, especially during harvest time. I'm coming up on a section of road where you got two ways going out, and that on the left side, the road we normally take, 3 sugarcane trucks loading, and on the right side, had a sugarcane truck parked blocking that exit, which didn't make sense because, you know, the driver was all at the far end of where they were loading, and he pulled up and blocked the other entry and exit. And it took him over 30 minutes to get back to his truck and move. I kept thinking to myself, now, what if an ambulance needed to get in here or someone was trying to get someone to the hospital? That 30 minutes could be the difference between life and death. But it's the Philippines, and some things just don't make sense. That's the way it is. Because he had plenty of room to park, so that road would be open. We're almost at the main highway. We're about, I guess, about a half a kilometer or something like that. This is the slowest part of our journey.
We live 7 kilometers from the highway.
It's 3 kilometers from our house to the main road. Here's that place I was telling you about. They had it blocked. He would park directly in front there. In this section here, we had 3 trucks loading. As you can see, well, you can't see this morning, the sugar cane is cut on this side, on the left side. Another thing too, you got to watch, because they'll usually put a stone behind the wheel of those vehicles, and they'll leave that stone be sitting right in the road. And this particular vehicle, you got to be very careful because it will bump it. They don't have the ground clearance that I would like to have. I've been looking for a lift kit, and I can find it for the rear. It's the front I can't find. You know. Of course, it's got coil springs. I probably could find some spacers, but that's not exactly what I'm looking for. They actually sell a lift kit in Japan to fit these vehicles. I want a 2-inch lift is what I want, and what it does, it extends the struts without changing the wheel alignment. It's already accommodating for the correct alignment for the caster and camper. Of course, you have to manually do the toe in, toe out. That would change something, but that's not a big issue. I noticed on this one here, I don't see a caster and camber adjustment on it. I think it's fixed. Normally the strut will have a bolt that's elongated so that you can turn it to adjust that. I've not seen that on these. There might be another place I'm not aware of. Been too many years since I've done any front end work. Yeah, we finally made it to the highway.
We're about 16 minutes from our house now. 16 minutes.
Took 16 minutes. So that's not too bad. And we're going through the area. This is Bag of Weenies.
At the left side, that's Virgin School.
Yeah, on the left side is Virtual School, which you can't see right now. So you're looking at 20 minutes to get Virtual School if we take it. My motorcycle will be here in 15 minutes or something or less. Most of the time, travel motorcycle, get our neighbor to bring Virtual. They've got a daughter that goes there too. Isn't that something? Turn his light off. That's nice. Speaking about the van, since this is an automatic all-wheel drive unit, and it's turbo, and the turbo unit's the only ones that has the overdrive transmission. You've got non-turbo, it has a 3-speed transmission. Yeah, I'm getting blinded. Through a little residential area. You have to be careful through here, especially this time of morning. There are people preparing to do the same thing Grace is, a mess. What's dangerous, especially this time of morning, is when they got the pedal cabs, they have no reflectors. They kind of blend in to the colors of the road, especially when you got oncoming traffic. Here at bright lights, since you don't want to down them, I'll turn mine on.
Not even bother to off the.
Yeah.
It's hard for you to see.
Not uncommon. Not uncommon. And we're entering Valormosa. This is the street we take to the church.
It's hard to read. Yeah, I know. I try my.
No stop signs at the intersection, by the way.
Almost, Virgil. It's okay. We're not going directly. So,
And we're here at the church.
we don't have a blue mast here, Virgil. No need to wear mask anyway. We don't have any blue mask here. It's all. It's not. Just use that one because it's okay, no mask. Love you. Be careful, okay?
Okay, no problem. Love you.
Love you. Your daddy love you.
Daddy loves you. Oh, they're still playing Christmas music. It's gonna get my video flagged. Me try to get away from music. Hopefully it doesn't flag my video. Can't believe they started that this morning. That don't normally happen. Yeah, the gate's not open yet. Looks like we got a couple of dogs sleeping here. Well, folks, this is it. Thanks for viewing, and we'll see you on the next run.